This is Eagle Al, and today we're gonna go over the positives. I've been hearing a lot of negative news out there about the Eagles, 2023 Eagles, this, that, and the third. But I want to go over the positives of what I took away from the game, like Za'Darius Smith, Moro Ojomo. I don't want that game to go overrated or the day he had to go under the radar. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about Andrew Mukuba a bit. I'm also gonna get into what AJ Brown had to say about the offense. Why it made so much sense of what he had to say. But let's get straight into it. All right, man. Before we get into the meat and potatoes of this video, let's talk about Andrew Mukuba a little bit. I felt like I didn't deep dive into that, like how good of a game he had. He had one of those games where it was like a down and up. I like that because he handled the adversity really well. He went through a stretch where he had three bad plays in a row, like a missed tackle, misreads. Like he was just horrible, like on one drive, and I believe they scored on that drive. And I'm like, okay, let's see how he recovered from this. And he has some things he needs to work on. I've seen a lot of busted coverages, but Patrick Mahomes couldn't execute because the pressure was getting there. And you could just see the lack of just not being in training camp on why Fangio like to have guys that's to start that been in training camp a lot. Because I'm like, oh, he probably didn't know his assignment there. But overall, he had a great day. These are the numbers by Andrew Mukuba. Andrew Mukuba had 6 tackles, 2 stops, an interception, pass deflection, and a half a sack. And we're talking about a guy that was drafted early 3rd round pick or late 2nd round pick. Andrew Mukuba was great. And even Baldy had to say this about Andrew Mukuba.
Here's Cooper DeJean talking to Andrew Mukuba. And the Chiefs here are going to run this outside zone to Pacheco. And here comes Mukuba. Like, he is a great open field tackler. And oh, by the way, he gets to meet his new teammate there on the field, Za'Darius Smith. Remember that. Because on this play right here, Vic Fangio on 3rd and 8 is going to call Mukuba's number. And he comes like a bat out of hell to Mahomes. On 3rd and 8, Mahomes can't shake Mukuba. Oh, and his new best friend, Zadarius Smith. They meet at the ball right there, getting to know each other. This is a big play here. Huge play. 3rd and 1. 3rd and 1, that's Hollywood Brown right there. He's going to run a shallow cross with the rub at the bottom by Kelsey. He's going to run right over the top of it. But here's the key. Hollywood catches it, and then he gets the block knocked off right there for no gain. And what is it? 4th down. Great open field tackle. Then you get this here. 1st and 10 at the 10, right? Chiefs down 13-10. They give the ball to Kareem Hunt. Here comes Juju Smith-Schuster, number 9, to block him. He avoids the block and stays alive in there in the soup and takes down Hunt, setting up the biggest play of the season. 2nd and 6 at the 6. Chiefs down 13-10, want to take the lead. Mukuba makes a great read here. He's reading the eyes of Mahomes. He can see Hollywood Brown is crossing, but Mahomes is looking for his Mahomie right there, Kelsey, and it's too hot to handle, and Mukuba takes it. It's a gift, and he's right there. He gets a hero's welcome, as he should. The star of the game, the biggest play of the young season by the rookie safety, Andrew Mukuba.
Look, great player. He's a great player. I like the pickup. And I said this about Andrew Mukuba. My worry about him is his size. And right now, that's still the worry because when I see Patrick Mahomes run you over, it's like, we can't have quarterbacks run you over, man. We just can't. Patrick Mahomes out of all guys. I get it, Patrick Mahomes like 220, 230. Andrew Mukuba's like 190, 189-ish. So, he'll bulk up. He'll get into like that 200 range sooner rather than later. So I like Andrew Mukuba so far. He's always at the right spot, especially with the interceptions. At some point, I can't call it lucky. I've seen that in the preseason, starting to see it in the regular season. But just little knick-knack things he got to work on. Like, I think he really needs to study the playbook to see what the hell is going on because, again, some of them coverages, like, he just flat out missed. But when he's there, he's there. So shout out to Andrew Mukuba, man. He's only going to get better. His confidence is only going to go up. So again, shout out Andrew Mukuba. ProphetX is a new peer-to-peer sports exchange where you can play against other fans and not the house. That means better lines and even a chance to set your own odds. Just click the link in the description and use promo code EagleOwl, or you could just download the app, use promo code EagleOwl, get 1.5% cash back in ProphetX for your first 30 days up to $200. And as you see here, I'm recording this video at night, so the Chargers game didn't even start yet, but you could go to live. You see the Tampa and Houston. When I was watching it, it was a good game. And like I said, the difference between the other sports books and this one, you got multiple markets. Click here. You got TD for scores, first half. All right. So again, if you're interested in this, just use promo code EagleOwl. Now I want to talk about Kevin Patullo. Like I said, I'm gonna go into the positives of this video. So I'll rewatch the game, and I watched it from like an all 22 version. And the offense was bad. I'm not changing that theory. But I had more of a problem with the personnel he had on, one, and then two, it's like certain situations he just made bad play calls. Like, for example, what I mean by personnel. We started off the game, great play call by Kevin Patullo, just bad execution. So it was like plays like that happened. And then he did in the beginning, like had that same run up the middle, heavy box with Saquon Barkley. You seen in the second half, he start changing it up a bit, start doing some pitches here and there. I still think he's too conservative. But at the same time, if the personnel's not blocking well, I can't blame him. I thought Landon Dickerson didn't do him any favors. We probably gonna talk about him on another video. And again, Grant Calcaterra, right now, how I feel about Grant Calcaterra, he should be only on the field on passing downs, like third and longs or whatever, because he simply cannot block. Like it's like flat out bad. It's no development in that field. We get it. He's a good receiver, but we don't need another good receiver. We need somebody that can block. And Grant Calcaterra right now cannot do it. I like how Cameron Latu looked, the guy we converted to full. Like he said, after the first win, the blocking assignments are not doing that well. But I put it on Kevin Patullo, like, you don't know your personnel, because why the hell is Grant Calcaterra out there blocking? He shouldn't be seeing the field until he developed in that department. Simple as that. So the game wasn't as bad. And then I try to look at it, right? Kevin Patullo, first time ever calling plays or whatever. His first matchup was against Matt Eberflus. You get a 1 hour plus delay, rain or whatever, or lightning. And he came out the second half sloppy. I thought the first half was great against the Cowboys. And then again, Matt Eberflus, yeah, he had a terrible day, I guess, against the Giants or whatever. But Matt Eberflus is a really good defensive coordinator going up against a rookie offensive coordinator. And then his second game, he go up against Spaz. Spaz really wanted this game. He blitzed 60+% of the time. So that lets you know how bad Spaz and those guys wanted this game. He still found the way to win, but the offense has to be better. And you know who agree with me? AJ Brown. And let me play this clip.
You know how it is back in Philadelphia. They'll probably talk about the inefficiency of the offense, but how can you describe what it's like to have winning plays, or for those who maybe not understand it? It may not look pretty, but you still find a way to win.
I think the goal is to win the game. So no matter what that looks like, and I think the reason why people may talk about it, because they want to know if it's substantial, and can you sustain that throughout the season. So, I think that's fair. I think that's a fair thing to talk about. But, our job is to continue to try to find a way to win. So
what's the adjustment like process?
AJ Brown, I like what he said, and I thought it was very positive. He's like, my goal here as players, we want to win, and I like that. I can't lie. Is a reason to question, can this be sustainable? And I think that's the thing that fans and the media was trying to get out. It's like we criticizing the offense because we're trying to figure out how long can this go, scoring just 20, 24 points, averaging under 120 yards in the pass game. Run game is like middle of the pack. Like, how long can this last? Can we really just rely on the defense every single game? There's going to be games where the defense probably not looking at well. Can our offense actually do the dirty work to finish a game? And right now, through 2 weeks, I will say no. I would say no. If it's one of those shootouts, it feel like our offense don't have it in them to shoot it out. And that's because the offensive coordinator, we obviously got the firepower to do it, but we don't know if the offensive coordinator can like handle a shootout, in my personal opinion. But I will say this, Jalen Hurts and those guys always find a way to win. And that's what we're doing because we're not turning the ball over. That was the big difference in the game. Chiefs turned it over, Eagles did not. And I know a lot of people comparing it to like Brian Johnson or whatever, but the thing is the defense on the Brian Johnson era was just as bad as the offense towards the end of the season. That's the big difference. Vic Fangio makes a huge difference from now and back in 2023. We had a new offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator in 2023, whereas though the offensive side just got the new offensive coordinator. You see the defense lost quote unquote players, but the defense still look good because you still got the guy that's making the chess moves and Vic Fangio. Whereas though if it was a new defensive coordinator, I think we'd be having the same problems. But shout out to Vic and AJ. I loved everything you said, man. I really, really do. We're going to keep the positive train going. Let's talk about Za'Darius Smith. Za'Darius Smith was signed, I don't know, Monday or whatever, last Monday. And Sunday, he came to play. 20 snaps, 4 tackles, a half a sack, tackle for a loss, a QB hit. He was a good signing. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. He was a very great signing. And let's let Baldy break down his game.
2 weeks ago, Za'Darius Smith was just hanging out, waiting for the phone to ring. Oh, it rang. Here he is taking on the guard right here. Perfect. Just keeps his outside arm free and chases down Pacheco. Zadarius looked like he was in mid-season form. Everything that he did. You watch the quarterback right here, and then you fall back into the run. And you take Pacheco down, and you let him know. You take him to the mat. All right? Let him know who Zadarius is and all about. Like right here he is, bam. Like long arm right here, gets that hand down, turns the corner. Him and Mukuba get to Patrick Mahomes. No better feeling. You're on the couch 2 weeks ago. Now you're sitting on top of Mahomes at Arrowhead? Come on. That's awesome stuff. And then you get this. Like against the run, he was really good, really solid. Bam. Take on the guard, stay alive, get in on there. Him and like when you wrap the legs up, the running backs don't go any further. He got Pacheco by both legs. Zadarius, welcome to South Philly.
Hear what Baldy said. He's like that. This was a good signing. So again, man, he looked good. He looked confident. And this is what he had to say about his confidence and his role in Philadelphia.
Darius, newest Eagle, you come in, you immediately split a sack with Andrew Mukuba. How do you feel about your first game with the Eagles?
Feels great, man. I can't thank Howard and this organization enough, man, for just bringing me in and just giving me another opportunity, man. You know, they wanted me to come in and fill a role, you know, for a leader role. And as you can see, start off very well, as you can see.
When I talked to you earlier this week, you described this young defensive unit with the Birds as hungry. You said that it's amazing to see them with their mentality after winning a Super Bowl come out and still be hungry for another one. How did you see that play out today on the field?
We did great. We started off fast, but, you know, we got a little rough towards the middle, but we came to the sideline and we had a talk. You know what I'm saying? Just control our rush lanes because we didn't have our rush lanes how we were supposed to. But as you can see, man, it all worked out and we came out with a dub.
Congratulations, Zadarius. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Guys, back to you.
I like it. I like everything Za'Darius Smith is saying. He's confident. I'm confident in him. 20 snaps. When he get more football shape and those snaps will go up, he's going to be a problem. He's going to be a huge problem in a good way. Shout out to Za'Darius Smith. Let's get into the last topic. And I did not want this one to go overrated or underrated. I don't know. But a lot of people not talking about it is Moro Ojomo. Moro Ojomo is such a beast, right? We didn't want to take Jalen Carter off the field, but we didn't want to take on the Eagles team. He had 6 pressures, a sack. His win rate was in the 20% range. He balled out. This was his breakout game, but a lot of people not talking about it because we worried about the offense, which is, that's the thing to be worried about. And I know Andrew Mukuba got the interception, so that's overshadowing the Moro Ojomo day. Moro Ojomo was balling out of his mind. And I love it. I love it, man. Moro Ojomo, keep up the great work, man. You look good out there. Just keep it up, man. You're going to see more playing time. Ironically, Milton Williams with the Patriots had one of his better games against the Dolphins. They're like, yo, he was worth that $100 million. The Patriots, that's what's going on in Patriots land. And what Eagles land is saying, like, yo, Moro Ojomo is balling out of his mind. So it seemed like a win-win situation. And I'm starting to look at it like Moro Ojomo might get $100+ million too. Sadly, it might not come from the Eagles, but Ojomo, AJ Brown, Za'Darius Smith, and we had some positive things to say about Kevin Patullo. Wanted to keep this one lighthearted and positive. So I get it. Everybody is criticizing right now, which is warranted, but I just wanted to point out the positives and the positive direction we could possibly be heading. But this is Eagle Eye, man. I'm out.